Thank you, Mayor Adler. What a great start to our day. Good morning. Welcome to the AI Summit and IoT World Conference. I'm Naidu, and I'll be your host through an amazing day of speakers who are going to share their experiences and insights into how AI is reshaping our world. I'm part of the team at Cambridge Consultants. We help ambitious clients and their teams develop truly new-to-the-world products and services. We help them chart a course to a future unconstrained by the present, so they make a difference, not just to people, but to their business and to the planet. Now, AI, artificial intelligence, is a key enabler of this kind of thinking, because it's so often that we have something new and remarkable being invented that all of us have to totally pause and reconsider everything that's going on, including the art of the possible. And I'm so proud to say that Cambridge Consultants this year has been rated as one of the top AI consulting firms in the industry by Forbes. So I'm doubly delighted to be here to chair the AI Summit for the second time. So over the next 2 days, we're going to listen to the progress made in the field. We'll also learn something new, but more importantly, share our ideas and inspire each other to create a better world with technology. And so we'll hear from speakers on the latest technology inventions. You'll see some of them in the exhibition as well. We'll hear about how to take innovation to scale through advice, case studies, and learnings of entrepreneurs from corporates and startups. And most importantly, we'll together continue to support our thriving tech industry by reinforcing and expanding our connections. It's a very busy time ahead of us, but if you're looking to get a grip on everything that's going on, you're in the right place. And speaking of place, it's great to be here in Austin. Austin is the tech epicenter of Texas innovation. It's also the top city for the most number of innovative workers. It's the second fastest growing city in the US, and it's one of America's vibrant tech hubs. And coming from New England, everything just seems larger here. And I do hope that's also echoed in our symbolic attendance of the summit here and our commitment to growth and innovation. So while you're here, I do hope you'll have time not just to go around the conference, but also to enjoy the vibrant atmosphere of the city. So where are we in the world of artificial intelligence? Well, at a macro level, all of the indicators point to a continued trajectory of increasing growth and value creation. So this year, when I read the Stanford AI Index report, it's a brilliant report created by the Stanford team, there were some key indicators that jumped out at me and caught my eye as being symbolic, almost emblematic of where we are. And the first one is we've continued growth in private investment. So in 2021, we had $93.5 billion of private investment in this sector. And this shows that AI startups are maturing and investors are increasingly persuaded of their value. Secondly, apart from value, there was also concentration of deals. We had 15 deals over $500 million each, compared to just 4 in 2020. And again, this means that our investors are confident in their returns and they continue to back the sector in its growth. The next aspect is about the growth in intellectual property. And this year, we think that we're going to have more global patent applications than AI academic journal articles. So last year, in 2021, we had 172,000 academic articles published, and we had 144,000 patent applications published. But the patent applications are growing at a rate of 77% each year. And so this year, we're at a pivotal point where we're going to have more patent applications than academic journal articles. Finally, we're also seeing more interest in the human centricity of the AI systems that we put out in the real world. And we see this by the number of research papers that have been published on transparency, ethics, and bias. And what's more interesting is these papers have grown 5-fold, but the industry participation on the topic is also increasing. So last year at FACT 2021, which is the largest conference on algorithmic fairness, we had 53 presenters from industry. And this move of industry into the realm of ethics is massive. It's huge because it means that we care about how these systems work in the real world, and we want to give it thoughtful consideration. But apart from presentations and research, at a societal level, we're seeing more interest from lawmakers. We had in 2016 one global law passed on AI. Last year there was 18. There were 18. This year we've seen the CHIPS Act, which again prioritizes standards and R&D in AI, as well as you may have heard of the AI blueprint, which was recently released by the United States White House Office of Science and Technology Policy. And what it does is to lay out the principles that should be guiding the design, use, and deployment of automated systems. So a lot going on. And all of it points to AI's continued growth. But underpinning all of this is the brilliant achievement that AI has demonstrated year after year, time and again, in various realms of application. So let's take a look. At Cambridge Consultants, we have a tech watch team, and they provide horizon scanning to many of our key clients on the latest developments on AI. And they sat down with me and helped me pull out some themes which illustrate the state of R&D right now. And there are three of them, which I'd like to share. The first one is about the progress in vision language models. The second one is about the remarkable achievements of generative AI. And thirdly, the increasing focus on efficient AI. So let's take a look at each one of these. So last year, we saw tremendous advancement in language models. And language models demonstrated both in increasing size and sophistication, and they're in their ability to understand human language, but also interact with us. This year, we're seeing AI models put vision and language together. And so that, we call this multimodal learning, so that in its simplest form, you can give an AI model an image and ask it written questions about it. So this is what it looks like. Here's the tough part. It's been a challenge posed to the AI community for 5 to 6 years, and we call it visual question answering. And it's about answering open-ended questions. So in this pair of images that you see, you can ask the question, who's wearing glasses? And the AI model has to say, it's the man, it's the woman, or it's both, or it's neither, or I don't know. So that's about figuring out who's wearing the glasses. So it's not a binary decision. Here's a more complex question, which requires AI to understand the context of the situation. Where is the child sitting? On a shelf in the fridge, in someone's arms, in a parent's arms, in a woman's arms? So this is not so simple, because AI has to combine vision and language understanding, and also human-like judgment and common sense-based reasoning. And this year, and the results so far, show us that the top models have benchmark performance that are on par with human abilities. And when you get to this level of performance, you really see that you're at the edge of a transformation, and something new can really start to happen. The next one is about generative AI. Now, generative AI are a class of models that take a range of inputs and create content, depending on what the application is. So, you may have heard of the most well-known models coming from OpenAI's DALL-E and DALL-E 2 model, and more recently Google's Imagen model. So if you go to their website and put in a picture, put in a statement, it draws you a picture. So let's look at that. So if you put in a photo of a raccoon wearing a cowboy hat and a black leather jacket, skateboarding in a garden, it creates that. Which is amazing, isn't it? And it tells us we need to really think about what graphics is going to be like, what image editing capabilities are going to evolve into. Now, let's look at a more complex example that involves some contextual reasoning. A single beam of light enters the room from the ceiling. The beam of light is illuminating an easel. On the easel there's a painting, not any painting, a Rembrandt painting of a raccoon. And it does that. It's astounding that you can give AI this kind of text, and it can reason, it can pick out concepts, it can put it together and create something that's so authentically real. And more seriously, generative AI is becoming valuable in real-world applications. DeepMind's weather prediction model for nowcasting, which is near-time weather prediction, can outperform all of the mathematical complex models that we use today and predict the future with more, or the weather in the future with more accuracy for up to 90 minutes. And it does this by looking at the past and imagining what's going to happen in the coming period. So the applications of generative AI are very, very exciting, and I'm waiting to see where we're going to push the limits and push the boundaries using this technology. Finally, AI has been doing all these remarkable things, but associated with that is the commentary that it does use a lot of power and therefore consume a lot of energy. And 2 years ago, our head of AI research pointed out that the trend would be for AI models to start learning more naturally. And we're seeing the results of that now. DeepMind has created a visual language model called Flamingo, and it outperforms state-of-the-art using few-shot learning, a process that only uses 32 training samples. And coupled with that, similarly, we've got Tsinghua University and ByteDance, of TikTok fame, who have created a deep reinforcement learning model that outperforms computer games, benchmark computer games on many metrics. And not just outperforms, it doubles the performance, but it uses only 2% of the training examples. And when you do more with less, you suddenly open up so many more applications and unlock new possibilities, because it means you can apply AI to use cases where less data is available. So there's a lot going on, and frankly, it's hard to keep up. So we all need guidance on what to focus on and the key developments going on. And I'm so delighted to say that we've got the best group of speakers to help us with that. So today, we're going to hear speakers speak on key issues that we all need to pay attention to. And just to draw out a few examples in no particular order, I'd like to draw out a couple of themes. The first one is realizing ROI. And here we'll hear from Lisa Aguilar of Data Robot. We'll hear from Brian Yang from Verint, and they'll talk about two very different use cases for AI. Then you're going to hear about deployment of AI at scale. Wesley Rhodes from Kroger will talk about what it takes to generate customer insights at scale and what we need to pay attention to in terms of guardrails. You'll hear from Brandon Branham, who's the CTO of the Curiosity Labs at the Smart City of Peachtree Corners, about his initiatives of taking smart city technologies to scale. And then the important topic of AI governance, we'll hear from Priya Krishnan from IBM on what we need to pay attention to. And finally, also, we'll have talks on augmented intelligence. So busy time for all of us, and I do hope to encourage all of us to make the most of this opportunity while we're together. When I opened my talk, I spoke about Cambridge Consultants' passion for a future unconstrained by our current thinking. We know we're onto something when our customers come to us and they say, what if? What if? What if we could learn and perceive something about our consumers' health and habits that they don't know about? Imagine we could help them lead more fulfilling, healthier, and happier lives. What if we could make a call from anywhere in the planet and get 5G connectivity from the stratosphere? In an emergency situation or a war zone, you'd be able to provide information to people who need the information in a timely manner. And what if we could store all of the world's digital DNA, world's data in DNA? DNA survives at room temperature for thousands of years, doesn't require any power. We wouldn't need any data centers to store our emails. So these are the kinds of questions we've been discussing with our customers. And we've done all of these things. So while we're all together, I'd encourage you to ask the what-if questions. Ask the big questions, discuss them. Practice unconstrained thinking so we may create something new together. And during this time, I'm looking forward to seeing as many of you as I can. So once again, welcome to the AI Summit and IoT World Conference. Welcome to Austin. And I do hope you'll have a great time here. Thank you.